Hello, Workplace Writing. I am gone again, and I apologize for that. I wanted to take some time to just talk to you about the infographics that you began on Monday. So first of all, infographics are an important image that we can see in our society today. And the reason is that there's so much information that infographics take that information and they put it into a visual that people will actually read. So the purpose of the infographic is to take large amounts of information and put it into something visually pleasing. So when we identify and analyze infographics, we need to look at the things listed over here. What's your first impression? What's the topic? What are the facts? What are the design elements? And what audience is it made for? So in your handout that you were given on Monday, we're going to start at the bottom of, I think this is the bottom of the second page. And we're going to look right here. So this is where I'm at. So the infographic that we're going to look at is this one with McDonald's and Starbucks, McDonald's. And we're going to talk through the first impression, topic, facts, design, blah, blah. So first impression, that is when I look at this infographic right off the bat, what comes to mind? Now, for me, I was wondering why these two were placed together. I don't see a title that really is encompassing all of them, but I'm not sure why the two are placed together. Also, my first impression is about all these little dots. Like, that kind of catches my eye. So that's what I'm thinking about that. So then we go on to the topic. Well, that was my question. Like, what is this supposed to tell us about? So it talks about the bean shop and fries, So on this slide, then I have expanded part of it. And it talks about, you can find this in 19 different countries. So maybe that is what the topic is, talking about how common the two things are. So McDonald's, it would be their fries, and Starbucks, it would be their coffee. So that's the topic that is being covered here. Then the next one is facts. So what facts are we getting from this infographic? So over here, it talks about how many stores they have per country. Then down here, it talks about the number of Starbucks worldwide. And then their source of their coffee beans, the source of their cups, and the source of their sugar. Okay, so then the other one tells us how many countries McDonald's is in, their dollar of sales, and then it tells us the dollar in sales of these other fast food restaurants as well. And then this one's talking about Afghanistan. The gross, I don't know, I don't understand why they pointed that one out. Okay, so that would be some of the facts that we can pull from this infographic. The next one would be the design. So when we look at this, it's easy to see that it's broken up into two parts. The colors are complementary. They don't blend together, but they are also enough to contrast. I don't know. It's not too busy. It's not too, dull to look at. I think that the design element, gives us a lot of colors, and it organizes them kind of in the same ways. When you see the dots here and all these dots up here, like they kind of make sense now. And we've got the same shapes going on. And then the last one, the audience. So who is the audience for this infographic? And my guess would be that it is, people who are looking at the number, to see where Starbucks is, where McDonald's is, and to compare the two. So it could be consumers, just consumers in general. One thing that we look at with the facts is, where did the information come from? And it tells us right here, 2003 by this Princeton EDU. And then it tells us who designed the infographic. Okay, so that's the analysis process, taking a look at the two, going down through these questions and identifying those. So what you do now is you are going to do a gallery walk where you are going to use the content frame in your packet, which is on page 3. And around the room, you'll notice that there are infographics up on poster paper. So you're going to divide up into groups, and pouring in your cup, you're going to look at that one, and you're going to answer these questions just like I answered those questions for the McDonald's and Starbucks. And then when time is up, then you'll move to the next one, so on and so forth. It is interesting to look at the different information that's shown in the infographics and how they display that information. So please do spend some time having conversations with your group members about the different types of infographics, what they're doing, where the facts come from, like all of those things. So just take some time to look at those, move around, get up, get your blood flowing a little bit so you don't fall asleep after lunch. And then when you're done with that, then I will come back and give you the rest of the directions. So I hope you have a better understanding of infographics. We've gone over the definition, the different parts of them, what to look like when you analyze them. You've had an opportunity to see some infographics, have discussions, and talk about those things. I really like infographics. I like the way that they're organized to be visually pleasing to give that information. So you're going to design your own. On Monday, you were given this assignment sheet right here. It is green, looks like this. So that is what I'm going to talk about next. So the standard that we're going to look at here is write informative text and examine and convey ideas, use precise language and formal style, and use technology to produce and publish. You're going to select a topic. Think about the infographics that we've looked at. We went from all the way from internet to Farmville to infographics to Starbucks to McDonald's. So you could really choose any topic that you want. I do have on Google Classroom, right here is a source, 21 informative essay topics. And so you can take a look there in order to help you get an idea of some different topics that are possibilities. So I thought these were interesting. If you scroll down here to the bottom, like caffeine addiction, you could give information. That would be a really good one because you could have charts and graphs, and there are a lot of things that you could find with that. Domestic violence, poverty, plastic surgery, stress, procrastination, winning the lottery. That would be an interesting one. I guess I don't know that much about people who win the lottery. Let's see, illegal immigration, racism, tattoos. That might be a fun one. I don't know. There's a lot of different things you could do with that. Let's see, tanning, teen pregnancy, violence on college campus, homelessness, childhood obesity, prison overcrowding, music censorship. I guess I didn't realize that was still a hot topic. I know that it was several years ago, so that would be interesting to see if that's changed any with like the streaming of music now. Cybersecurity, that's definitely a topic that we're always thinking about. College textbooks. When I went to college, textbooks were super expensive, but I know now that you don't even have to purchase them, like you could rent them. So that's kind of an interesting, you could do like a compare and contrast between like purchasing your textbooks or renting them. So this is just one of the places that you can find information or just ideas. So you could choose any of these. You don't have to choose any of them. It's just a resource for you. So go back to the assignment sheet. You're going to select a topic. One thing you could do is fast facts on whatever. So fast facts on cybersecurity. And then your infographic, the purpose then would be to list facts that people need to know. You're going to do some research on this topic. And that's what the rest of this is really going over. So this part of the handout is about research, and this part of the handout is about using the easily, which is where you're going to create your infographic. So depending on how much time you have left in class, I would right now just make sure that you have your topic for your infographic and you're set with that. And then the next video will talk to you about how to do the research. Have a great day.